HIV patients gather in Jakarta to talk about available medication. Around 310,000 people are known to be living with HIV in Indonesia, but the real number is probably a lot higher. Most of them can't afford antiretroviral treatment.
Every month, patients who need the second-line medication have to pay around $400. Can you imagine for most Indonesians who earn only a few dollars a month? This is totally impossible.
Dian tested positive for HIV in 2003. Her husband was also HIV positive. A year later he died because they could not afford to pay for his medication.
I was very sad because my husband was sick and he needed the medicine, but I couldn't buy it for him, and his family also couldn't afford it. So we had no choice. We couldn't do anything.
Dian has survived because she got free medicine, thanks to a procedure called compulsory licensing. The government signed a decree in 2004 that allowed local firms to produce HIV drugs. World Trade Organization rules allow countries to override patents to protect public health. Now President Yudhoyono has signed another decree for the next generation of HIV drugs that thousands of Indonesians need. Not only Indonesia but also other countries are making use of this so-called compulsory licensing to avoid the patent holders and making sure that their citizens can obtain cheaper drugs. And although this is saving many lives, the pharmaceutical industry worldwide has expressed its concerns. In a written statement, MSD Pharmaceuticals, one of the antiretroviral drug producers, says systematic issuance of compulsory licenses by Indonesia sets a negative precedent and can reduce the incentive to invest in the research and development of new medicines, including in the areas of HIV/AIDS.
We
don't want to use this compulsory licensing too often because it affects research, but we also hope that the multinational companies will consider developing countries so they adjust their prices and give us a cheaper rate than the countries that can afford it.
Unless companies lower their prices, Indonesia says it will continue to produce medication to treat HIV and hepatitis B. 30,000 people rely on the program for their survival, but the government says it has no intention of doing the same with other drugs. Vaessen, Jazeera, Jakarta.